What family secrets were revealed when you became an adult? One of my cousins got into some trouble years ago while he was backpacking overseas. I'm not too close with him, that is. He was never really too close with the family. Once every couple of years he'd show up for Thanksgiving. But besides that, nothing. I didn't have his cell phone number. He wasn't on Facebook. Anyway, I was in high school when my mom announced at the dinner table that Chris F.E.D. up really bad. Got himself sent to some Russian prison. And everybody at the table was like, "What do you mean, Russia? When did Chris go to Russia?" But maybe we were all a little too enthusiastic, bombarding my mom with a bunch of questions she wasn't really ready to answer. "I don't know," was all she would say. "Well, what do you mean you don't know? He's in Russia?" And she'd say, "That's what I said, Russia. But how did he get to Russia? What did he get arrested for? Was it guns? Or drugs? Is he involved in some sort of organized crime? Does Chris speak Russian? What did Uncle Steve say? Is he going to go to Russia to try and bail him out?" And my mom was like, "I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I don't know. All right, okay, I don't know. Why don't you call up your Uncle Steve and ask him?" That was it, really. Everybody got quiet after that. Call up Uncle Steve? That would have been nuts. As it was, we all saw Uncle Steve a little more regularly than we did Chris. But what I mean by that is that Uncle Steve actually showed up to Thanksgiving every single year, whereas with Chris it was always, "I don't know if Chris will be here. Ask Uncle Steve." And Uncle Steve would just be sitting in the corner drinking a Manhattan. So nobody ever went over to ask Uncle Steve. And that was that. For a while anyway. I went away to college. I graduated. I got a bunch of boring jobs. Every once in a while my dad would say something at the dinner table like, "I wonder how your cousin Chris is holding up in Russia." And we'd all get a little excited. "Did you hear something about Chris? Did you ever figure out how he wound up in Russia?" But I think my dad must have only brought that up as a way to get under my mom's skin. Like maybe they were fighting or something before dinner and they didn't get a chance to resolve anything. So they'd both be sitting there, my dad would drop the bomb, "I wonder what Chris is up to," and my mom would get fed up with everyone. "I don't know. Stop asking me about Chris. I haven't heard from your cousin in years. A couple of months ago my grandfather died. It wasn't anything sudden. And he was really old, so it was kind of just like, everyone was sad. But it was more of a lament over humanity, over old age than it was over a tragic death in the family. I called out work. They were like, "How much time do you think you'll need?" Like even they were thinking, "Grandfather? That doesn't sound too devastating. Like everybody's grandparents die. Can you be back the day after tomorrow?" So we're all at the second wake, and like an hour before the funeral home was about to close up shop, guess who walked in? Yeah, it was Chris. And everyone went crazy. "Chris, oh my God, Chris, what's up, man? Where have you been? Were you really in a Russian prison? Jesus Christ, look, Mom, Chris is here." And it was pretty crazy to see him. For the first time all day, it didn't feel like that weird death in the family feeling. And it's like, he was standing there surrounded by everybody, in those first few seconds before he really had a chance to say anything. I was trying to piece it together, how I got from a few minutes ago to where I was right now, and I must have been embellishing it already in my head. But I played it back. It's like I pictured him leaping through those doors. "Hey guys, I'm back. It was unbelievable, Chris, right here." Finally, everyone let him catch his breath, gave him a little room to explain himself. "Yeah, it's true," he told us. "I got sentenced to prison while I was in Russia. I didn't know I was in Russia exactly. I was backpacking through Eastern Europe with some friends, and then we were on a train, and I couldn't understand anything. I thought we were in Poland or something. So these guards start getting all up in our business one night. We were just having a good time. They start pushing us around. And here I am. I'm thinking this is Poland, or Prague. I'm thinking, these guys won't do poop. I'm an American. What a power trip." So I'm laughing and joking and not really cooperating at all. And then finally these guys take their guns out. And